That was the most humiliating, scary moment of my life. They take turns just having sex with me. And at this point, I just can't even talk because I don't really know what's happening.
All-out hustle by North Texas.
Like I was just some piece of meat that they were just literally passing around. I stayed in the shower for like an hour and a half maybe, just trying to wash them off of me. I don't want them to think this is okay. I can put a ball in a basket, so I am invincible. I don't want other girls to go through this.
This is a story about allegations of a gang rape from a former student at the University of North Texas. It's also a story about what did and did not happen afterwards.
When I got back to my dorm, immediately I went to my RA, who was basically my best friend at the time.
She told me everything that night about what happened.
The next day, her dorm RA files a report with the university alleging the freshman was sexually assaulted by several men.
A little hoop and harm for the
Mean Green star center Ricky Bryce.
For the 7'1" Ricky Bryce.
Forward Darrell Green.
To Green, he's hit a pair of threes.
And team manager Brian Johnson. Hours after reporting the alleged gang rape to police, the 18-year-old's phone rings. Her RA is with her at the time. On the other end is two of her alleged rapists, Darrell Green and the team manager who goes by BJ.
I wanted to hang up immediately when I saw he was calling. My RA told me to answer it and put him on speaker.
It's first Darrell, and then Darrell hands the phone to BJ. And BJ says what?
He says, we have this plan where you can make plenty of money, like hundreds of dollars a night.
He tells me about this opportunity of an escort service. His reasoning was, you're already N-words for free. You might as well make some money off of it. I basically asked him, like, so what, are you a pimp? He said, no, it's more classy than that.
What kind of clientele did they say that they could offer?
They said that it would be professional individuals, so it wouldn't be any type of students or anything like that, but it would be like coaches, scouts that would come in town.
What did they say the fees would be?
It would all be dependent on what I did.
They hung up the phone and contacted UNT police. And everything that you've told me, you told UNT police?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
The dean of students?
Mm-hmm. It almost seemed like maybe they've heard it before. It didn't shock them like it shocked me.
Did they say anything to you about not speaking to the media?
Yeah, they just told me to keep it quiet. And I didn't question them because I trusted them.
The alleged sexual assault happened inside the three men's apartment. It's an off-campus apartment complex in the city of Denton. Yet the 18-year-old says UNT officials pressured her to only talk to the university's police department and not report it to investigators with Denton police. So we asked UNT, why didn't UNT police bring in Denton police to investigate? UNT's president said they would only answer our questions in writing. He says UNT and Denton police mutually agreed to let UNT police take the lead because UNT's police department is a nationally accredited agency and is trained to investigate sex offenses. When we read the search warrant in this case, we discovered UNT thought the case was credible and concluded that the three men did then and there knowingly and intentionally engage in a sexual assault. But WFAA found UNT police did not interview the suspects for 3 weeks and failed to obtain critical evidence, including possible cell phone video of the alleged rape. Almost a year later, the Denton County District Attorney took the case to a grand jury. That panel declined to charge the three men with sexual assault.
It looks like a cover-up.
Courtney Underwood didn't work on this case, but she's a victim advocate who has spent 15 years working with university police departments to ensure sexual assault cases are properly investigated. So we showed her what we'd uncovered and asked her to weigh in.
Someone shut this down.
Getting up and under and takes.
Weeks after the alleged rape, the former UNT center, Ricky Bryce, left UNT. We found him now playing basketball for LSU of Alexandria.
Hey, Ricky, I'm Charlotte Huffman, Channel 8 News.
We're not interviewing, so.
He returned to North Texas this summer to face a marijuana charge. Police found the drugs in his apartment while investigating the rape and escort service allegations. So we caught up with him in court.
What about that young woman, Ricky? She talked to us and told us that there was a sexual assault. Would you comment on that? We just want to hear your side of the story.
Bryce was never charged in connection with the rape or the escort service. But former UNT forward Derail Green was.
Hey, Derail. Charlotte Huffman, WFAA. Can I ask you a few questions?
No.
He's charged with promoting prostitution and returns to court next month.
I just want to ask you a few questions, Derail.
We tracked him down in court, too.
Were you running a prostitution ring, Derail?
I don't know what you're talking about.
UNT has maintained this was an isolated incident. We weren't convinced, so we did some digging. We'll reveal the results of our investigation after the break. We told you about an alleged gang rape and escort service that happened last year at the University of North Texas. UNT said it was an isolated incident. Our investigation uncovered a different story and a team manager who was the ringleader. Police records obtained by WFAA show that BJ, the team manager, admitted to UNT there were other incidents in which he made arrangements for clients to engage in sexual acts in exchange for money. But the university's president continued to maintain the case appeared to be an isolated incident.
It makes it look like there was this one little blip, this one little thing. They're all off the basketball team. You know, we fixed it.
Basically.
Hey, we've washed our hands of it. It's over. Nobody needs to worry about it.
So how many other women were recruited to join the escort service?
BJ, can I ask you a few questions?
We went straight to the source.
Why don't you just sit down and talk to us about this?
Just minutes after he was convicted of 2 counts of promoting prostitution.
BJ, how many other women were there?
We know of at least one other woman. According to police records, BJ set up a different UNT freshman with an out-of-town coach. His name is Marlon Terry. He's from Louisiana. He's charged with engaging in prostitution during a recent visit to Denton. His case goes to trial in January.
When you heard about that, what did you think?
I was like, oh, wow, I guess this was bigger than what I thought, especially when you have coaches from out of state already engaging in these activities.
To settle any concerns from the community, UNT announced they were hiring a law firm to conduct an independent, comprehensive review of the basketball program. Here's what we know about that. 2 of the alleged victims and the RA say the firm never interviewed them. They did, however, issue this report. It's 4 pages long. UNT paid $95,000 for it, and it's a clean bill of health for the university. UNT's president publicly summarized the report's findings, saying everything is just fine, and the coaching staff did not create, encourage, condone, nor appear to tolerate this type of behavior. But remember Marlon Terry, the coach from Louisiana who's charged with sleeping with one of the freshman girls? We discovered the alleged sexual encounter that night happened in the apartment of UNT's assistant coach and chief recruiter, David Anwar. So a freshman says she was paid to have sex with a visiting coach. UNT's team manager set it up. And after our months-long investigation, we've learned that all along, UNT police knew it all went down inside the apartment of UNT's assistant coach. When contacted, he denied everything. Anwar now coaches basketball at New Mexico State. And WFAA has learned UNT knew there was a link between their assistant coach and the escort service, but they never told us.
I think they were hoping that they could just sweep this under the rug and it would go away. And that's really scary. Because if it was bigger than this, there are potentially a lot of other victims out there.
That possibility is what keeps the 18-year-old up at night.
I don't feel like they did their entire job. They were ready to just kick me to the side and keep me quiet. They were more concerned about keeping their school looking shiny and clean